King 5 newscast with breaking news. Tonight, millions of Americans.
There's something fascinating happening right now in the world of social media. Americans are flocking to a Chinese app called RedNote. And not just any Chinese app, but one that wasn't even designed for them in the first place. But to understand why this matters, we need to zoom out a little bit. In March 2024, the US House of Representatives passed a bill that could effectively ban TikTok in America. The reason? National security concerns over its Chinese ownership. But here's where it gets interesting. Instead of moving to American alternatives like Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts, hundreds of thousands of Americans are doing something unexpected. They're downloading this RedNote, or it's known in China, 小红书. It's literally meaning little red book. In just 3 days, over 700,000 Americans downloaded RedNote, making it the #1 app in the US App Store that week. But why? Why would Americans face the concern about Chinese-owned apps immediately jump to another Chinese app? Let me explain. First, what exactly is RedNote? Launched in 2013, RedNote began as a shopping guide but evolved into something unique. Imagine if Pinterest, Instagram, and Reddit had a baby, but make it Chinese. With over 300 million monthly active users, it's dominated by young, educated Chinese women sharing everything from travel vlogs to beauty tutorials. But here's what makes this migration fascinating. RedNote isn't like TikTok International. It's not a specialized version made for Western audience. This is the real deal. A purely Chinese platform, completely with Chinese interface, made purely for Chinese domestic users and all. The mass migration to RedNote isn't just about finding a new platform. It's a form of protest. Many users are explicitly saying they're joining to spite the US government decision, as one TikTokers put it out. But here's where things get complicated. RedNote operates under China's strict internet regulation and censorship, the same regulation that TikTok was trying to distance itself from. We're talking about real censorship, content monitoring, and data collection, all happening behind China's Great Firewall. Oh, if you don't know what China's Great Firewall is, we've made a video explaining in the past. I'll put a link down below. Okay, back to the RedNote. Yet something unexpected is happening. For perhaps the first time in recent history, we've seen unfiltered direct interaction between ordinary Chinese American citizens at this scale. They're sharing memes, cat photos, and having cultural exchange that would be impossible before. Chinese users are correcting Americans about authentic Chinese food. Americans explaining their daily lives to curious Chinese users. It's a digital diplomacy and cultural exchange trip happening in real time, despite language barriers and cultural differences. But here's the thing, this probably won't last. The same bill that threatened TikTok could potentially affect RedNote too. Chinese censors are already working overtime to monitor the influx of English content, and the technical barrier like the Chinese interface might eventually wear down American users' enthusiasm. But maybe that's not the point. What we're witnessing is more than just a social media migration. It's a moment where ordinary people are bypassing governmental tensions to connect directly with each other. In a world where the US and China relations are increasingly strained, these digital refugees might be teaching us something important. Sometimes, the best response to digital walls isn't to build more walls, it's to find windows.